So a 50-year-old man called me the other day and he said, "My daughter just found me and I really want to adopt her." And I thought, what? Well, in this video, I am going to explain to you whether it is possible to adopt an adult in the United States. All right, so stay tuned. For the best adoption advice, subscribe to my channel and be sure to hit that bell button so that you can be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday. Hi, my name is Lucrece Bundy. Welcome to my channel. I am an adoption attorney and I have helped a lot of families grow through adoption. I've even written an ebook explaining the step-parent adoption process from start to finish. So now when this man called me and he said he wanted to adopt his daughter, it turned out to be that his daughter was already an adult. And what happened was that him and the daughter's mom had a one-night stand a few years back. I guess they didn't exchange contact information, so she became pregnant. Well, she was married at the time that she had this one-night stand and got pregnant. So at the time, her husband thought that this child was his, but after the child was born, the husband started questioning whether this child was his. Anyway, he did a DNA test and come to find out the daughter is not his. And so then he proceeded to divorce the biological mom. Okay, so now fast forward, 15 years later, this daughter wants to find her biological dad. So she goes through ancestry.com, she does DNA tests, and she, I guess, hunted down this man and found him and then sent him a Facebook message and said, "Hey, I think I'm your daughter. Can we meet?" And so he meets with her, and then he got to talk to the biological mom, who says that she doesn't remember him, she doesn't remember faces or anything like that. So he takes a DNA test and it actually comes out to be positive. Is that the craziest thing ever? And so I want to talk to you today about whether you can adopt an adult in the United States, because this is what this 50-year-old man wanted to do. Why did he want to do the adoption? Well, he wanted to do the adoption because I guess there were some issues going on with the biological mom, and they were wanting her to relinquish her rights so that he could adopt her and put her on his medical insurance and all these other things. Okay, so can you adopt an adult in the United States? In Nebraska, the answer is clearly yes. Okay, but there's some criteria that you have to meet. So who can adopt an adult? Well, a married person can adopt an adult. Like a married couple can adopt an adult, or a single person can adopt an adult. And the person who is adopting this adult has to either be their step parent, okay? So you can do an adult step parent adoption, or if they're not a step parent, they have to be a person who has had like a parent-child relationship with that child for at least 6 months before the child became an adult. So think about a scenario where you had a child in your home who was maybe a foster child in your home, and you never got to adopt them. They aged out of the foster care system, and after they turn 19, you still keep a really good relationship with them. After that child turns 19, you can now adopt that foster child. So if you're not a step parent, right, but you have created a parent-child relationship with that person before they turn 19, then you can proceed with the adoption. There's still other things that you have to show, okay? You have to show that that child's parents they cannot consent to the adoption. Usually means that they are deceased, or you have to show that the parents' rights have been terminated by a court. Or you have to show that that child's parents have legally abandoned them for the past 6 months. Or you can also show that those parents have already relinquished their rights to that child, and so that's why you want to adopt them. So comment below, let me know if you've ever thought about adopting your adult stepchild, or if you're the stepchild and you've always thought, man, it'd be so cool if my stepdad or stepmom would adopt me. I'd love to hear from you. So back to the story I was telling you earlier. Do you want to know how it ends? Well, what happened was that the biological mom actually said that she did not want this guy to adopt her daughter. And she was like, "Well, I don't remember you. I don't remember if it was you that I had the one night stand with all these years ago. And I'm not just going to give up my rights to my daughter so that, this stranger who just now appeared in her life is going to adopt her." So it just kind of became this weird thing, because when the 50-year-old man first called me, my understanding was that the mom was all on board with this, that she was gonna, give up her rights to the daughter. And I thought, that's kind of strange, Well, it turns out that she wasn't okay with it. And we ended up not doing the adult adoption. However, I had another really, really cool story. I've had several adults being adopted, but one of the ones that I remember that I want to share with you guys is it was a 32-year-old woman who had two kids of her own. She's married, and she called me and she said, I really want my stepdad to adopt me because he's always been my dad. You know, I gave him a hard time when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I can just see that he was always there for me. He was always my dad. And, you know, he just always did the best that he could to take care of me and to be there for me. So she said, I want to give it to him as a Father's Day present. I want him to adopt me. And so she wanted to surprise him. So we started kind of doing the paperwork, and then she presented the papers to him. And of course, he agreed and said, you know, yes, I'll adopt you. And so this 32-year-old, when we went to court, it was really beautiful because she had actually adopted one of her kids. And the adoption hearing ended up to be the exact same day, 3 years later from when she had adopted her own kid. So it was just full circle. So this 32-year-old woman who, you know, now had two kids of her own and was married, got to have her stepdad adopt her, which was just so cool to see. Now, if you're thinking about doing an adult step-parent adoption, I have created a cheat sheet just for you. It goes over the step-parent adoption process from start to finish, and you can get access to it by clicking the link below. It's free, okay? And also, I have a secret society where families just like you are going through the step-parent adoption process right now, and they love to support each other. And I also share adoption tips and tricks in that secret society. So if you're interested, join my Facebook group, and it's also linked in the description box below. Now, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye.